I'm actually at a special event here in Utah. It's called SolarCon. It's going to be a little bit different from the CES 2023, but this is going to be mostly residential solar stuff. So I want to take a look at all the details, at all the different companies and vendors and things that are options that are here. And this is actually the special Platinum Day. So this is a day before the show opens. And we're going to be able to get special access to elite people in the industry to see what type of things that are coming out. So that way we can use that for backup power and for off-grid power especially. And then of course for residential solar as well. So stick around, this is going to be pretty freaking awesome.
If it's good, they're going to trust you. If they don't, they're going to go somewhere else. So I think the solar industry is definitely going to shift.
Software, right? We've got all these different things to help on the sales side. What we found too is our per rep average has significantly increased.
Especially the emotional piece and the way I connect with people and how I show up and how I show up in my own life. Where we were able to retire my mom, we were able to retire my two sisters. You know, with the financing and the equipment and costs coming down now, it's something that is accessible to everybody.
How willing am I, as a person, a leader, and an organization, how willing am I to change?
You're definitely going to want to get to know this man. You can come meet him down at our booth here at Solar Power Booth. You never want to have cells that are ones at a higher capacity and ones at lower capacity.
What a day. It was 10 hours of lectures and learning and networking and all that kind of stuff at the SolarCon Platinum Day event today. It's a really, really good event. If you're able to go next year, I highly recommend it. There's a lot of cool things. It really is purposefully focused on residential solar, but that was one of the key things today that really was interesting, was the focus on batteries. That's been one of the issues that I've run into a lot talking to people about solar, is they got solar on their house and they think that they have power when the grid is down. And that is not the case. Unless you have a battery, there is no power from your solar panels on the roof to your house when the grid is down. So that's a major misconception that happens in the residential solar industry. And I talk to people in that situation all the time where they bought this solar setup and it's not providing any power when they need it the most. And in many cases, it's not even necessarily lowering their bill. In a lot of cases it is. I mean, the majority of cases it is. But every now and then there are issues with that. So being in the midst of all of this and literally listening to the nation's experts and heads of these major companies and so on, it was really amazing. They were all talking about we need to preserve the industry and we need to make sure that people have backup power for when they really need it. Because even to this day, I mean, the SolarCon will probably bring some change to the market, but overall, residential solar reps do not like to provide backup battery systems with their solar setups. It causes a lot of headaches, extra liabilities. They even said today, whatever companies use to install these systems, that the customers should expect to become friends with the installers, because the installers are going to spend the next 25 years visiting the customers regularly. They said multiple times a year, to do updates and fixes and stuff like that to the batteries. I have never experienced that because I have not had a residential solar company install a system on my house. But I mean, in my garage alone, there's like 8 massive backup battery systems or power stations, and I test them all the time. And it is uncommon to have any issues. For example, my Titan solar generator, which revolutionized the industry a couple of years ago, the Titan has literally been running my off-grid cabin for 3 years, 24/7, just nonstop running, chugging away. And after 3 years of constant use, I was getting a 94% efficiency, round-trip efficiency, which is incredible. That's just absolutely insane. I've got 3 more days of this. I'm very excited to meet with these people and to see what kind of options they're wanting to bring to the market. I think it's a very exciting time for solar. In the next 5 years especially, we should see some major growth in solar. Natural disasters, occurrences, events are happening far more often, regardless of whether you believe that's religiously or climate change or whatever. They are happening more often. And we have new technology that's working off of a grid that's 100 years old. And so the technology that exists now doesn't always work properly with the technology that's built into our grid infrastructure and into our houses. So there's a lot of updating that needs to happen in order for all of this to work properly, especially with electric vehicles coming into the market. They are only growing in popularity, and solar is only growing in popularity. But the ability to own your power and to never pay an electric bill again is at our fingertips right now. Systems coming out this year in 2023 will give us that capability, and that's exactly what I'm doing with my house. And there are other options that are great, and I approve of them, and I think they're good. It's so simple to take these systems, put them together, put the solar panels outside, either on your roof or on a ground mount, something like that, and never pay a bill again. And you can be saving insane amount of money. So I'm just super excited to be a part of it. I love being a part of this industry and learning all this new technology coming out. The next 3 days, I'm going to be meeting with these companies, learning all the different types of things that they have and what they bring to the industry. And I want to share that with you guys. I've paid for my own way here. I'm not sponsored in any way to come to this event. And so this is paid with money out of my own pocket. And to all my Patreon members, I appreciate you because you help fund this type of education that I'm able to give back to the community. So if you want to be helpful in that sense, where I can do this type of research and bring this information to you, be sure to check out patreon.com/minutemanprep. And if you have questions on backup power or going off grid, just shoot me an email to info@poweredportablesolar.com. Put the information right here, and I'd love to help you figure that out. Keep in mind, these systems for going off grid, the average system is north of $100,000 to be able to go off grid, and that's for like a medium power usage type house. Not even, this isn't including hot tubs and pools and all sorts of crazy things. That would be a high-end installation. But with these power stations, you can literally save tens of thousands of dollars. I'm super excited to bring that to you guys. Coming this year, all of that information. So make sure you subscribe, reach out to me if you have questions. I'd be more than happy to help. I just love being a part of the preparedness community, which greatly is influenced by solar. And there is EMP protection coming out for all of that. And so it's just an awesome place to be. I'm excited to be here. Today was a very, very long day, and I've got 3 more very long days, and I'll bring that information to you. So hopefully this information will help you to be better prepared, so that way you can prepare for self-rescue.